Good cold morning. I am headed, it's 28. I'm headed to the airport. I am flying during COVID. That's gonna be an interesting one, since I already have issues with the masks. And I'm already claustrophobic. This plane sits like, I think it said 8 people. So that's how tiny it is. I want my gun. I want to take my gun with me. Okay. Anyway, so I am leaving on an airplane, or on my favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky. Go ahead, copyright me. I get copyrighted for the free music I have on my editor. Why not if I say it? We all know I can't carry a tune. I hate leaving. So Anthony was already emotional when he had to leave for work. So he's headed the opposite way. I'm headed that way. And just batting 1,000 at this point. So, the airport, I have to be there 45 minutes early. It is literally an airport you could spit across, but not in these times, people. Watch what you're doing. I am flying directly into, it's just one stop, 55 minutes. I might have to pull my mask away from my face every few little bit. I can't play on my phone. I don't have anything to distract me. Should have brought a crochet hook. Couldn't have brought scissors, but I could have just worked on something. That way, maybe if I was staying busy, my mind wasn't telling me you're gonna die, because that's exactly what goes through my head. And so the other day, I had to go get a bag from Walmart because everything that could go wrong did go wrong. She, as in Shauna, bought Anthony a bright orange one. I was like, you know him. And it was supposed to be here Wednesday. It did not show up. So then I had to tell her, hey, that never showed up today. Didn't show up the next day either. But like, I got this toiletry pouch. It was late too, but it was supposed to show up like Monday with me leaving Friday, and it showed up Tuesday instead, along with the approved like squirt bottles. There is snow on that vehicle. I am not ready for that one. Anyway, my mind just went. Oh, the bottles. So for conditioner, shampoo, and body wash. And then I have Victoria's Secret. I buy it through the VA. I think every one of them that I've gotten has come from the PDX, except for the smaller ones, which I didn't think, but I still think the smaller ones are too big, because I do not remember how much you're supposed to have. I don't know if that's for a bigger airline, what have you. So, I went to go take off the lid. Victoria's Secret lids, their sprays, do not come off. And so I had to sit there and just pump it into the other one. I was like, because I have the large bottles of them, and this one was over half filled, and there wasn't a single one in there that I have that is like under, let's go with 3 ounces. So I was like, well, that's not gonna work. And so I squirted about half an inch. I was like, that's good for, I didn't even put any on now. I could do that when I get there, but I have to open my bag. Not sure I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm I'm gone 4 days. Got a grocery order the other day. Salisbury steak, family size. So there's like 6 patties in it. Lex is going to Grammy's Friday to Monday. Friday to Sunday. She'll come back Monday. Sunday. I come back Monday. Somebody comes back. Xander doesn't know where I'm going. I know people will probably not agree with that, but telephone, telegraph, tell Xander. And we didn't want Jerry to know that I am coming. He has Alzheimer's, and I thought something was up. The cars aren't technically for him, or from him, sorry. They're not for him either. Because it was, and I do remember this, so when Shauna and I were friends before my mom passed away, like a while, like the year prior to her passing away, they were playing racing cars, and she was trying to kind of get what they light gauge, and so they got him cars, or she said, well, if you're good and you do good in school, I'll buy you a car and graduate. And so we'll see, because at this rate, Xander is not going to graduate. He is not going to get past the 8th grade this year. I am a mean mom. He will be repeating, and I've already instructed the school of such, because he won't do online schooling at all. They have asked me to get him to do 2 or 3 classes. He will not. It's absolutely no. So the whole 9. Anthony asked what I expected out of this trip. I said, I don't expect much. I hope for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst, because I have seen some characteristics that show me that not everyone changes. And there's a little bit of drama surrounding. This is in the middle of the road. You can tell there's still some drama there, and they like it. And mind you, this is over text, so I'm not 100%, so I'm thinking, read it wrong, read into it wrong, read in it, oh, it's a tree, read into it too much, into something that, you know, wasn't needed, got a tone that wasn't implied, and so, and that's what I've actually said to Shauna, that we won't be having these conversations over text. And if I have an issue, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to get used to it, because I am still their parent. I am still his daughter, and but I won't be doing it over text, so nothing can be implied, nobody can take a tone that wasn't, you know, needed. I don't want my words to be misconstrued because I didn't type the correct word, or I changed a comma to a different spot. Who are we kidding? I don't use punctuation. I'm really bad sometimes. Anyway, I said I will call you. We will talk about it, and we will talk it through, or leave me alone. Because there will be no ifs, ands, or buts. And so I'm going in with an open mind. That is the only thing I can do, and that is all that's, you know, should be expected. So I get back Monday. The boys leave Tuesday, so I'll be making this trip again about the same time. Joni said that she would drive up with me that day, and Anthony's like, is Joni driving with you? I was like, no, I don't want to see her cry because I'm leaving. She's like, you're funny. And Anthony was like, I can take you. And I was like, or he said, I said something, and he was like, what if I cry? And I was like, you're such a weenie, you're not gonna cry. Turns out, yeah, he was a little upset, which is weird. Every time I've had to leave, he has acted like a jerk, because what he has told me is it makes it easier for me to leave. I'm not driving, I'm flying, which makes me nervous. You should always be nervous if you're driving a car. If you're flying a plane, all of a sudden you're a pilot. You should be nervous. You got a lot of lives in your hands, but honestly, it's not a 4-hour drive this way. Not that I'm going to be any more comfortable, but it's a 55-minute flight. And it's probably the safest one. I'm not going to run into a car in the air. Oops. I said a bad word.
No number available. Press Uconnect phone button. Do you want to...
It was a water company. Anyway. Now if we're flying and there's a car, well, look what fate had it for me. Explain that one to my kids. Yeah, your mom took one of the safer routes, flying, and got hit by a car in the air. And today's beautiful weather. It's not overly cloudy. It's not raining. But that doesn't mean anything. Portland's like known for that. And so, yeah. I did have like thoughts of like, she's like screwing with me. And I'm gonna fly in and she's not picking me up. I was like, oh, I would be screwed up. And I was like, is that really what you're gonna think? I was like, so at first I thought she was picking me up alone, and then their house is another roughly 4 hours. There's no way I could make it 8 hours. I could try, but my back is not good enough to drive for that long. It would be a 10-hour trip, and that would be too much on me. And so, ouch. I was like, well, she's picking me up alone, and then we're going to the house, and what have you, and we're gonna have a discussion, and she's gonna leave me on the side of the road. And then I giggled, and Anthony went, what? And I went, nothing. He's like,
new SMS from...
Okay.
Amy's phone is connected. Ready.
Text message.
Do you want to read or send messages?
Read.
You have 1 new messages and 9 old messages. New message 1 from Shanna. Hey, see you in about 2 hours. You have 9 old messages.
Anyway, I don't know why my car can't pronounce her name. Anyway, and so I told him, and he laughed. He goes, that's a possibility, right? You might say something that'll make her mad. I went, I don't think she would, because I think that would really, really piss Jerry off. But you never know. I don't really know him. I really don't know her anymore. So I am assuming, though I do find that one funny. I have a phone. Let me have my bag at least. There's a hay truck. He like foofed, and there's like hay all over the road. And it hit my window. And I don't know why I thought it was gonna hit me. Anyway. So yeah. Fun stuff. Like I said, I have faith. And we'll see how it is. We'll see how it is in person. And Anthony goes, if it goes sideways, can you say, how do you tell the boys no? I went, no. But I don't want them to not see him. It is the first stages of Alzheimer's. They said my mom's death kind of triggered it. And I guess it can be common. Mom died 10 years ago, and I don't know how long ago they figured it out, if this is a new development, but from when I was talking to Shauna, he's had a lot of anger outbursts, and I think we both pretty much agreed that he didn't need to be around the kids at that time, until they could figure out what was going on and why he would get so raging mad. And there were a couple of times I told Anthony, I was like, yep, talking to Shauna now. And he's like, why? I was like, because I'm having to tell the person, to tell Jerry the same thing. And I'm like, why am I repeating? If I told him the first time, then he would know. Not if that was an issue. She says he has his good days and bad days. I'm going to ask about B12. Because that can help with memory. Alzheimer's isn't something you can stop. It's going to happen. And so it is what it is. And I'm the one going over to see how things are. What she said was, so I feel comfortable with the kids coming over. And I am okay with it. I've always encouraged them to have a relationship with him on their terms. It's not my terms. My terms were only in the Shauna aspect. So I have privated the videos, but when I explained in the videos, there were messages like, I'm going to take your kids, I'm going to take you to court for your kids, which legally in our state she has no ground to stand on. Jerry does, but he has to prove that I am withholding the children from him, but he can't, because I always told him, you just let me know when you want to see them. You can come over here, you can take them to the park. You're not to take them to your house where Shauna is. And that's because, to sum it up really quick, she did not respect me as a parent. Don't have a bong out. This was before it was legal, and I still don't think you should have paraphernalia around children. We are talking children that are 9. So Lex was 9, 7, and then 5. They're too young. That's all I said. I was like, you know what? Narcos are worse for your body than you smoking marijuana. And it took me a long time to kind of grasp that concept and do some research. You just think marijuana's a drug, and then you've got people who think it's a gateway drug. I've known people who have only smoked marijuana. They don't do any other drugs. They've never even thought about doing other drugs. So you can't say it's a gateway. If you have an addictive personality or addiction in your family, I think that you can head that way. And so, but there's a lot of outside factors. It isn't just all marijuana's fault. I've never, what does I always say? And I know it's inappropriate, but the only thing that's going to happen when you're on marijuana is you're going to sit on your couch and hurt Chester Cheeto. Some people get the munchies. Some people don't. Some people function really well on it. But some people just smoke too much because they're just doing it to get high, and they're stupid. Like, stupid, not like dumb stupid, but like just sitting on the couch drooling on themselves because they've done too much. And some people do really use it for pain. for some people, it really doesn't work. For me, I have smoked it. It's been quite a few years now. I felt like someone put me in a vault. A vault is not what I meant. A vat. They dipped me head to toe in icy hot, and I'm allergic to icy hot, mind you. My skin, I just wanted to rip it off. Like, in my head, I needed to peel my skin off. I'm sitting on the stairs to my bedroom, and I kept thinking, why am I sitting on this ugly couch, and why am I on the front porch? All I could do was lay there and moan. I was so sick. So for me, it's never gonna work for pain. Now I have friends who do it. I'm not that jackwagon anymore. And oh my God, if you're doing marijuana, you cannot be friends with me. My beliefs have changed, and I believe you shouldn't smoke it. If you're using it for pain, get oil, because I worry about, anything you burn, carcinogen, you can still get issues with your lungs and what have you, and cancer, and you can get that from, supposedly eating McDonald's. Who knows? We can only go off of what words we know. And for me, I was going off of words I didn't fully understand. So, I got looked into it, and Shauna called me one day. We were good at this point. And she goes, tell him. And it was Jerry also. And he's like, what did you say about marijuana? And I went, what are you talking about? Because I'm confused, because this was like a little while after I made the statement. And he goes, marijuana and prescription drugs? I went, oh, prescription drugs are awful. I mean, like me, my thyroid, marijuana isn't going to cure that. My infections, it's not. But like Narcos and the muscle relaxers and all of that stuff just eats away at your insides. And I'm like, I think they do it on purpose. Because then you have another ailment and they can give you another drug. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but I feel like doctors are like drug dealers, worse than someone who peddles marijuana. Because if they cure one problem and you don't have another problem, you don't have a reason to come. And I really think that's what it is, and I know people will disagree with me. But it's my opinion, and everybody's entitled, and I might be wrong. But that's how it looks like. I ended up having to take medication for something. It put holes in my stomach. I can no longer take NSAIDs. I have to be really careful on what I have, because I had such a severity on a short term that it caused damage that wasn't able to come back from. And so they wanted to give me a different drug to make that feel better, because for a while I couldn't eat. This is going to be a really long vlog today. Sorry, you guys. I couldn't eat, like drinking water. I might as well been a fire swallower, because that's exactly what it felt like. Had to endo through the throat. They almost took a chunk out of my tongue. I had a fat lip. I was like, I didn't realize y'all were going to beat me up. I thought you were just going to look at my stomach. Had such bad inflammation in my stomach, and they wanted to give me another drug. I had to take a drug just to eat. And I had to take it 20 minutes before. And my stomach, every time I ate, went, and it felt like someone had like claws and nails in those claws. And I'm talking like hammer nails. Like, it was awful. My stomach did not want to eat. heck of a way to lose weight. But it is what it is. So, yeah. We went off on a way different way. Anyway, I agree. I just don't agree with, burning it. And I think it can be beneficial. I have a friend who has severe anxiety. She has, I know it sounds really stupid, the cutest THC treats. They look like Cookie Crisp, which I giggled while I was making Cookie Crisp Rice Krispies yesterday. And I recommend you guys try that. I really thought the kids are going to love this. They're going to think it's cool. I ended up with a lot of people actually over at the house last night. And everyone tried their Cookie Crisp. Even Mom. Mom came over last night and had dinner with us. And I was like, Mom, you got to try it. I kept walking by and pulling out like one little Cookie Crisp. And she's like, and I went, you gotta try it though. It is not as sweet as you think it would be. And I really expected it to. And I was really pleasantly surprised it wasn't. I should have pulled out my license. I have the proper license to fly. They postponed it for a full year. I went, are you serious? I had to have this to fly. But now you guys postponed it for a full year. And what's funny is, and I understand why they postponed it, it cost me $70. It cost way more than just renewing my license. I went, ouch. And the girl asked, do you want it? And I went, yeah, I guess. And I was like, 70. It was like 78 and some change. I went, and she said something, and I was like, might as well, I'm here. So now I have the OK ID. I don't remember what they called it. But, yeah. Fun. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop here, because I'm like 20 minutes away. And like I said, I have to be there 45 minutes, and I will make it right on time with those 45 minutes. I actually timed it for once. Oh, never mind, I'm dropping into the town right now. So I'll be there in like 5, maybe 10, depends on the traffic. And I swear every block, when you get into the middle of Pendleton, every block has a stoplight. And so some days it can be like stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, all the way through. And I have to go out past the college and stuff. So it's a little bit of a drive to get here, but not too bad. I miss my babies already. And then I'm mad at Lex. She couldn't even stay home last night. She went and stayed the night at Kyle's last night. And, which I don't mind normally. He stays at our house too. But that, and she's going through some stuff right now. Excuse me. She has a friend who ran away, and she hasn't made any contact with her family, and so she's having a rough time, and I want her to be comfortable. And her and Anthony butt heads really bad. They both have to be right. They both have to be heard. They want to cut over each other, so then that irritates both of them. And so that's why she'll be gone for the weekend. And I said, if you guys just kind of shut up and listen to each other and let the other one finish, I swear I'm going to give him a talking stick. You don't talk unless you have the stick. And then I will stand there and I will bap you with my stick. I love them, but oh, those two are similar. I said I was going to stop, but I am just still running my mouth. Anyway, She wants to say her piece and walk away. And I said, okay, I understand that, but if you expect someone to allow you to say what they need to say, you need to respect someone else to listen to what they also say. Because that's how it works. That's how conversations work. You can't expect to get to say whatever you want and just have the conversation done with. Unless the person's being like belittling and stuff, you know, then the conversation is over. And that's what I told Anthony. You call names, and I've told it to Lex because she tends to do it. I said, you call names, your conversation is done. It's kind of like you want to talk about, you know, what's right and what's wrong, but as soon as you do something like call someone a name, hit them, that conversation is done and your point has been lost. And you don't want to lose your point. You want to be able to still, you know, get your point across, but you have to do it respectfully. And that's where those two butt heads. She just has it in her mind that she gets to say whatever she wants and walks away. And I do not agree with that part. I do agree with Anthony needs to let her say what she needs to say and not necessarily argue. And I tell her, use I statements, Lex. Because when you go, you go, I feel like, or I felt like you were being disrespectful to me, you know, and it changes the whole dynamic of a conversation, and it can open it up to continuing, and that's where these two don't continue. And she's almost 18. I don't want her to regret anything. Still can't believe our state is closed. Super grounded. Anyway, I love you guys. Stay safe. If you're traveling, be safe. And I'll see you guys. I don't know. I don't know that I'm gonna film again. I may not. We shall see.